So Battlefield is fixed, at least kind of. This is not clickbait, there's no BS. Recently we got update 2.1, and I kid you not, this is the best update since the game released. We're gonna get right into it right after today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Outplayed. Everyone knows that in gaming, you're really nothing unless you have a ridiculous resume of clips to back up your gameplay. Anyways, to get those juicy clips, you're gonna need some software to clip it and ship it. An easy program to use is Outplayed by Overwolf. It can automatically record kills, headshots, and other key moments. Then once you've got your highlights, you can easily clip them up within the app and share them to pretty much anywhere. Everything is all in one place and it's super easy, definitely good if you don't have any proper editing experience. If any of this sounds good, go check out the link in the description and try it for free. So in this update, DICE have finally tackled some of the biggest issues I've had with the game. I've always been really critical about this game, but trust me, I've been waiting for an update like this, where I can finally give DICE some credit. So firstly, one of the biggest criticisms with 2042 has been the mouse input. Well, in this update, they've made some noticeable improvements to the input. Specifically, Drunksy has actually said that the average decrease in latency is about 4 milliseconds. This might not sound like a lot, but when you're in-game, you definitely feel it. For example, the difference between 144Hz and 240Hz is about 3 milliseconds. That's definitely a difference that I easily noticed myself, and it helped me put it in perspective. Drunksy has also stated that it's not 100% fixed yet, and I agree. But at least for me, I'm getting over 200 FPS pretty much constantly, and it feels about 80% as good as Battlefield 5. The way it felt was definitely just more tight, and this description is something that my group all kind of agreed upon last night. Your mouse actually feels like it's tied to the crosshair now. Having it at this level and knowing they're going to improve it even more is definitely a great thing. They've also fixed the damage multipliers for the new guns as well. I was playing with the Avances and the AM40 a lot today and they both feel very strong now. I have to get some more time to try out the P90 and Gold Magnum. From what I've heard, the P90 is decent, the Gold Magnum is not very good at all. Apparently the M1911 is good as well. Overall, infantry feels like it's in a good place right now. And finally, there's a few weapons that I think I'm happy to use, rather than just running around with the SCAR all day. Now, with every Battlefield update, there always seems to be some good and bad, and this one is no different. They've buffed the attack helicopter 30mm cannon, and significantly reduced the damage fall-off. You can now fly up to the skybox and avoid TVs, lock-ons, and basically anything from the ground. From this height, it's pretty much straightforward to slowly farm the enemy. It's a very slow process, and probably not the most effective playstyle, but it's cheesy and it definitely works. I mean, we did a couple runs like this and I don't think we died at all. The hardest part is spotting the enemies. You're really not going to be able to get killed by anything. Now moving on to some of the good vehicle changes again though, there's a few really nice ones in this update. Firstly, the flak pod has been changed. It's about 5 times harder to hit, but it rewards accuracy a lot more now. They've also nerfed its infantry damage into the ground, so it's basically ineffective against infantry. But for me, the crowning change of this update is the Nightbird miniguns. They made a few changes that I've been asking for since launch, and after playing the update, they're about as good as I expected. Firstly, they've reduced the minigun spool up time. You can now start firing much sooner after clicking, and they've also changed the spool down time and it feels shorter. See, with a lot of these patch notes, the wording is really hard to understand. We were reading these out on the stream, and it feels like everyone's making different conclusions from what DICE are writing here. Although, the next change is the accuracy, and the miniguns are far more accurate now. It feels like the bullets go pretty much exactly where they look like they're going, and to balance all this, they have actually made the miniguns overheat a lot faster. So in short, accuracy is rewarded a lot more, and they've kind of killed the spammy hold down mouse one and roleplay style. And if you haven't already, check out my heli settings guide, as I think this is a serious buff to the control scheme I use. Now finally, the renewal map got a rework. I won't talk too much about this, because to be honest, renewal is still renewal. This is a massive desert map, and desert maps are always just going to be kind of average to play. I haven't seen very many desert maps done well in Battlefield, and this was not the first one, and this update has not changed that at all. The nature of it is that if you run in a lot of these different places on the map, you're going to die. There's about 2 or 3 places on the entire map that you can play infantry at, and the rest of it is just your crop. Your crop for the vehicles. So this change has not really helped that much at all. All in all, I think this patch was fantastic. It's the first time I've been overwhelmingly positive about the game. I actually streamed the game for longer than 3 hours. I've pretty much just forced myself to stream for 2 to 3 hours every single time. And I was happy to stream for like 5 or 6 hours last night. I was having a great time playing the update, so hopefully that feeling doesn't wear off too soon. The game is not perfect at all, and the job is not done by any means. But I think with some work on optimization and the new specialist class system that's going to come soon, The game will be very playable. Anyways, go try it out by all means. Let me know what you all think, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.